Hi, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for December 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, Monday through Thursday. Now, if you're new to the channel or if you like to cross-watch and you don't want to watch the introduction, which this is, and will be tagged onto all of the readings, then just go right down there. I should have updated the timestamp, so that should just bypass me completely, or at least this part. Now, I hope you will watch it at least once, though, because I try to put some good information. And again, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, God, Holy Spirit, and let whatever comes through come through. Now, I'm going to go and talk a little bit before we get into the cards. I'm going to talk about what's going on in the skies. I do have this posted on my website, in my blogs, but we do have some interesting stuff happening. December 20th. Remember, we are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde on December 29th. So we do have that very anything can happen type of energy going on. Mercury has a lot to do with electronics, has to do with messages. So, it has to do with people coming back in. I feel Mercury, when it goes retrograde, it tries to clean up some of the mess. Sometimes it makes a little bit more of a mess before you can clean it up. If you've ever had to clean out your garage, you understand what I'm saying about it before things can get organized. I think Mercury helps to work with karmic energy. When we're in the retrograde time, karmic energy gets resolved, or it works towards resolution. How's that? So we have other things going on. This December 20th through the 23rd, and actually, through the 29th, is going to have some strong energies. We have on the 20th, Jupiter, which has been going back and forth between between Aries and Pisces. Well, now it's leaving Pisces for good, and it's going into Aries, and then it's going to stay in Aries. It's going to transition in and out of that too, but right now it is going into Aries. It is going to be very focused energy. This is a really strong time to write down your goals, okay? Write down the things you want to happen and be persistent. This is the time, just be persistent. I really get this persistent energy here. It's like, every day, put it out there, okay? Because Aries is fire energy, so it's very passionate, burning, and Jupiter, is the planet of good fortune. Every day, be like that little drop of water that just keeps hitting that rock until you make a really big indent. Okay, so that's the 20th, 9:33 a.m. The 21st, we have the winter's solstice, or that's for the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere has the summer solstice. These are those times where, there's a lot of metaphysical energy going on around solstices. So this is again a time to put it out there. Drop. I know we're drop, with that water. Just keep putting it in there. Sun is entering Capricorn, Earth energy, at 4:59 p.m. on the 21st. So we have winter solstice. We have the sun going into Capricorn. So Capricorn is the Earth, so it is about your money, job, career, very tangible energy. There is Capricorns are workhorses. I know that all of us can have this part about us, but Capricorns, they get things done when they set their mind to it. They have to set their mind to it. Capricorn is squaring with Jupiter, and that day also. Now, squaring has a little bit of a, kind of a little bit of a rub. It's like that little piece of sand in an oyster that can become that pearl. So it's kind of like saying, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. So it's kind of irritating to each other. But because of that irritation, there's a little bit kind of a competition. It's like, well, we're going to get this done. Now, the 22nd, we have Venus in Capricorn trining with Uranus, which is retrograde in Taurus, again, 2 earth energies, and Venus. So there can be unexpected relationship energies. And remember, we also have the 29th, we have Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn, going retrograde itself in Capricorn. And when Mercury goes retrograde, which we are in that shadow, many things can happen with relationships. A lot of times that's about, old relationships coming back into our lives. There can be some just really big insights about relationships. Mercury is about electronics. It's about messages. It's a very I don't want to say fluid, because it's not. You don't want to put fluids with Mercury. It's a very electric type of energy. So we are in a time when anything can happen, and I do feel when Mercury goes retrograde that there's a lot of karmic readjustment being offered or being done during this time. So we have that Venus. Now on the 23rd, we have the new moon in Capricorn at 5:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, the 20th through the 23rd, very strong energy, very much. If there's something that's just not moving for you, or not being put into place, or just not, drip, drip, drip. You have to be persistent. Many times we don't get it on the first try, sometimes not even on the second, sometimes not on the 99th, but then that 100th time comes. And then our wounded warrior, Chiron, goes direct. So there's, I'm not really an expert with the wounded hero, the wounded warrior, Chiron, except that there's a lot of self-sacrificing with Chiron, and it's been going retrograde, so now it's going to go direct. So I would say between the 20th through the 23rd is going to be very strong energies. And then we look at our numbers. We have December, which is the 12th month. We have the 20th, so we have a lot of that 2 energy, changes, decisions, coming together. So on December 22nd, 2022, we've got all those 2s. That has to mean something. So very interesting energies going on right now. Now, for the readings, I am going to be using my Radley Valentine decks. I will be using my Archangel Power Tarot cards and my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. I will be using my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies. Okay, and there's the Frances Monroe and Judy Mastrangelo, and my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. I will also, just because I was doing this, I was doing some videos, product reviews or card reviews. I don't know what we're going to do with this per se, but for this time, we're going to use the Angel Answers Oracle cards. I do have a little problem with the Angel Answers, is that it doesn't always give you the answer you want it to. So isn't that how life is? So let's see. Now, so that's what we're going to do in the main readings. But for right now, I am going to be using my Rider-Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Osha Zen Tarot cards. Remember what I said earlier, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. And again, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, God, Source, Holy Spirit, and, let them take the show. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Holy Father, what do we have coming? We have this one jumping. Remember, cards that are reversed, to me, I believe they have stronger, like, pay attention energy. So let's see what we have. So the first one that jumped is the Fool, a new beginning, a new start. Believe. It may not necessarily look positive. It may not look the way you want it to be. But just believe. But it is a new journey. It is a new start. So let's see what else we might have here. One more shuffle. Oh, and here we go. And we come to the Page of Swords. All right, so that one fell on the floor. Let's see, how about one more? What else do we have? One other card. One other card. So there is some challenges. What's going on? This has, okay, let's go on. Let's just see what we've got here. Okay. So cards fall out. They want to be read. They want to be seen. The first one we have here is, again, reversed. This is a 0. This is a God source number, so there is something very divine with this. I know 7 is a divine number, but this is a, like you're being put on this path for a reason. You are here at this time for a reason. And if you follow me, I believe that the people that follow here we're basically all light workers. We're all, healers in some ways. There's a divine, we're on a divine journey in many, many ways, and we come together to be encouraged. You encourage me, I encourage you. So the Fool doesn't necessarily look to where he's going, but the Fool believes that everything will be fine. The sun is shining on the Fool. The Fool, is kind of in a little bit of a dangerous position if he's to continue moving forward that direction. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to. The Fool just has a love of life, and the Fool is, has a lot of faith and a lot of belief, knows that wherever the Fool is going will be the right direction, even if there's some hard times for the Fool. So something for this week, there's a new direction happening. Now we come to the Page of Swords. Now this is Major Arcana, which is more universal energy. This is Minor, which is more your day-to-day. Now the Court cards have a dual energy. Pages themselves have, their underlying energy is that earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. We're going in, we're having a lot of that Capricorn energy right now. We're going into that Capricorn time. Money, job, career, tangible energy. So that has that earth, that's really grounded energy. Swords is that air energy. That is your Aquarius, your Gemini, and your Libra. And we've been talking about Aquarius and Gemini having Saturn in Aquarius and Mars in Gemini. So that is your air energy. That is your thought processes. That's thinking things through, making some plans. Also could be about hearing news. Okay? So the Page of Swords has this really, maybe hearing news about money, hearing news or about a new job, kind of this, things are in the air energy. The Page of Swords is not necessarily as focused as what he should be, because he's very enthusiastic. So he's kind of like jumping ahead of himself. He's one of these energies that just wants to kind of get there. Doesn't necessarily see the roadblocks, isn't really taking time to think things through, but that's okay. That's okay, because he's got this Fool energy next to him that's saying everything's going to be okay. The Page of Swords does bring about challenges. It's new challenges, new possibilities, but it's okay, because the Fool energy next to him is like saying, come on, we're going to get through this. Let's do this. Your next card we have is the 9 of Fire. So 9 has an energy, so we have a 0990. 9 has an energy of let's wrap it up. We've got this. You just stand firm. Fire energy is our Aries. Again, Jupiter going into Aries. It's also our Leo. It's also our Sagittarius, and we're transitioning from Sagittarius to Capricorn. And again, passionate, burning, very committed energy here. Now, this 9 of rods or wands, some people call it either one, is basically, you can see he's been beat up a little bit. And I don't mean that somebody's jumped. It's just life has given him, this is somebody that has learned from the school of hard knocks, okay? But he is still standing firm. He is not backing down. So whatever's going on between the Fool and the Page, the 9 of Fire kind of tells them, hey, just keep moving. Don't stop. Don't back down. Don't give in. You've earned your right. You are now, you are where you're supposed to be, and you're not supposed to go backwards. So interesting stuff with that. Now, the one card we did not talk about, the one energy, is our cups or our water, which is our Cancer, which Pisces, and our Scorpio energy. Remember, Scorpio is in the southern, or the southern node is in Scorpio right now, so that is about the past, clearing up the past. And we have, we have Jupiter, which is leaving Pisces to go into, into Aries. Now remember, that's not changing a direction, that's just moving on. So it is going at its normal pace. So let's see, with Osha Zen Tarot, is there anything else? So whatever this is, there is something that's new and exciting happening. It may be a little bit unbelievable. There's a lot of God source energy here. You have to believe, even if you feel like it's not, like you're not necessarily on steady ground. The page is basically kind of saying, yes, there is a new start, a new beginning. Think things through. There's going to be challenges, so it's not necessarily an easy week per se. There are challenges to this week, and then the Nine of Rods is going to say you need to just keep firm. You need to stay focused. You need to keep moving. You don't go backwards. Do not go backwards. Okay? Don't retreat. And again, I'm really getting, he has been through the school of hard knocks. So let's see, with the Osha Zen Tarot, God source energy, what would you have? Okay. Guilt. So we have an 8, unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. And then we have this woman, or could be a man, but generally more of a feminine energy. Just, oh my gosh, the thoughts. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What am I supposed to do? Have I done right? So whatever's going on here is really bringing up a lot of upset. It's really bringing up a lot of, what have I been doing? What have I played into this? So there could be, remember with that Mercury brings revelations. We're not necessarily in the retrograde, but we're getting closer and closer to the retrograde. So it does bring revelations to us, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was happening. I can't believe this is happening. And what part did I play in any of this? So it's an interesting energy. I mean, we have this one that's all these possibilities, not necessarily easy, but not necessarily hard. We always have to remember that God's source is guiding us and putting us on this journey. We have to stay firm. And then we get this guilt card. The guilt card too, though, is about letting go. I mean, you cannot move forward. You cannot move forward if you're stuck in guilt. Okay? Think of guilt as like one of those really sticky spider webs. And we've all seen movies. Well, we've seen movies where we get, where the hero or the heroine or whoever the main character is, even the bad guy gets stuck in gets stuck in their web, the web of deceit, the web. So there's something about this. We cannot move forward if we stick in, if we're stuck in guilt. I'm always talking that fear is a tool of the devil. Well, guilt is another tool, and it just doesn't let you move on if you get stuck in this energy. So this is more universal. So this is what's going on. There's lots of movement happening. We can't get stuck in guilt. We can face it. And then, we can apologize. We can say, yes, that happened. We can acknowledge, but we cannot get stuck in it. If you can't make a change to it, if you can't change the past, but we can learn from the past and we can move on. So, and these are all about moving on. This is saying, don't go back. Don't go back. Guilt, acknowledge it, move on. Okay? So interesting stuff for this week. I'm sorry that I'm on the later side, but I have actually had some a Christmas miracle in many ways. So maybe I'll talk about that on my blog. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something about it. But yes, our garage door came completely, well, not completely, but it came off of its hinges. And if you've ever had that happen, it's interesting. But again, too, God's source came through And within, I think, an hour, hour and a half, it was all resolved. And so again, I look at those as Christmas miracles. All right, so please take time to do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. We have hit 26,000 and we're staying there. Because like I said, normally it kind of goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, but we're staying there and we are growing. So thank you to all. We're in this together and we're here to support each other. I hope I support you and help you, and I know that you do the same for me. So let's get started on our readings. Hello, my Geminis, and this is a time as we're getting into this transitional energy for you to really be vocal, really speak your piece, okay? I feel like your air energy is very powerful at this time. A new moon is a really good time to start something new. It's a good time to start your mission. It's a good time for you to speak things out, okay? So let's go on and see. Higher power. Higher power. What do you want to say? What advice? What's going on for my Geminis? What's all around our Geminis? What's the energies like for our Geminis? I am kind of getting that Fool energy for you that was in the, maybe it's this way, in the introduction. So you might want to take a peek at that. But let's see what else we have for my Geminis. What do you have? What do you have? What do you want to tell our Geminis? Let's go. So we have 1, 2. This one is reversed. Strong energies right here. Let's see what we've got for my Geminis. First card is the 10 of Ariel. Happy home, happy family. Life is transitioning into some more stability for you. So 10s have this, transitional energy. Things are moving together. Things are going where they need to belong. 1, new beginning. 0, God source energy. Ariel is your home, your family, your work, job, career. It's Capricorn energy. So things are getting grounded. Things are not grounded as in bad grounding. Things are coming to its place. So money, job, career. So, and there is also this energy around the 10 of Ariel that just basically says, attitude of gratitude. Really look at your blessings. And many times when we look at our blessings and we do feel blessed by them, then that is when more can come, okay? So there is very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life, people loving you, people caring for you. Next card is the 7 of Michael. Now, so we have a 10-7. We have a 7, divine number, divine umbrella, divine guidance, divine interference even. Michael is your energy, my Geminis. It's also Libra and it's also Aquarius. Thought process is making plans, thinking about, again, remember I said you're in a better place for you to start your mission. You're in a better place for you to move forward. You're in a better place that things can start happening more and more around you. And the 7 of Michael says there is more. There is a better place. There is more to come. You just have to make some choices. You have to think things through, and then you have to make a choice on which direction you're going to be going. So the 7 of Michael talks about there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer, but you need to review all the details. So blessings are there for you. There's a stability here for you, but there is more for you to come, more to come. So I'm kind of looking at this is because of the stability, because you can build off of this. You've got a really good base with this Ariel energy, and now because of that, you can think about the choices you have. You can now take a breath. You can then now speak things through, and you can now, really have a sense of what your next step is going to be. This one is reversed. Let's see what we've got. The 4 of Ariel. 4 of Ariel, stability, leadership, organization. Ariel again, the earth energy here. There is a reciprocity. When you give, you receive. So there is also a sense of compromising here, not in the way of yes, I will do it all your way. That's been, to me, that's a lot of times that's what compromise has meant, but there is a sense of give and take. There is a sense of okay, let's try it your way, but then if your way doesn't work, then we need to try it my way. Now, the Ariel, again, is that money energy. A lot of that has money, but it can also be your own personal energy. Maybe you're not as giving of yourself as you need to be. Maybe they're not as giving of themselves as they need to be. So there is this exchange of energy here. So we've got a stability. We've got an attitude of gratitude. We've got this sense of things are strong, but they're going to be moving forward. You're coming from let's put it this way. You're coming from a place of strength more than you have been before. Again, there is this movement energy. There is this let's get things going energy. There is, some options. There is some opportunities. There is some courses of action here. And then we have this give and take energy here. So part of this is, my Geminis, I'm kind of picking this up. Have you been taking and now it's time for you to give? Or is it vice versa? Okay. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. So this is the card that I'm going to say is really, this one's really poking out more and more and more for me. This one is something, I feel like this is something that you have more, I don't know, do we want to say more control over, that you have more, sense of being over? It's an earth energy. Well, this is your air energy, but there is, you had to have this security. You had to get to where you're at in order for things for you to move forward with this 7. Okay, the 7 of Michael. Okay, let's see. Guardian angels, higher power. What else would you like to say to our Geminis? So 10, 7, 4, 4, 7, 10. So let's see what else we might have here. And also that all equals up to 21. Blackjack. Okay, let's see what we've got going. Okay, we have cards that fell. Oh, my voice. Let's see if my voice can help me with this. We actually have, 4 cards. 4 cards here. They are all up. This one is reversed. So here we go. Here is the spiritual teacher. Here is the lessons learned. And we're not necessarily, I don't necessarily like lessons learned, but there's many times we need to understand, we need to learn these lessons in order for us to understand what direction we need to go in. We have a 9 energy. 9, let's wrap it up, get things done. You've got everything you need. You see the, I love this, kind of reminiscent of a St. Nicholas, Santa Claus energy, a giving energy. It's got the light, has the staff to help him through. The interesting thing is you get an idea that this is a very wintry scene, but then you have these flowers here. You have this new growth here, which is really interesting that you would have flowers when, and they're bright and vibrant. So new ideas, new starts. Well, I don't know. The spiritual teacher, this is also the hermit. So there are great rewards in spending time alone. Use those moments of solitude to focus on love and ways in which you might give to those around you. So here we have that. Shine your light as an example for others to follow. Seek out a spiritual mentor of your own if your life feels unfulfilled right now. Okay, next card is, so this is Major Arcana. This is also Major Arcana. This is the Death card. This is something ends, so something wonderful can begin. A 13, so we have a 10, transitional energy, 3, celebration, creativity, power of 3. You add it together, becomes that 4. We talked about that 4. This is, again, something has to end in order for something to begin. And you have to let it end, and you have to embrace the changes that comes with that new beginning. Releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever. Endings always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow this situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts. Now we come to the 4 of thought. This is the 4 of air. We've talked about 4s. We've talked about air energy. So this is where you rest a little bit. This is where you rest, but it doesn't mean that you stop either. So spend time in nature, listening for guidance from your angels and your own inner voice, because overanalyzing the situation can't provide the answers you're seeking. So what it is this is, this is where you're paralyzed, paralyzation from analyzation, paralyzed by analyzed. So consider taking a vacation or small break to help you rejuvenate and become clear on what your next step should be. Meditation can be very helpful. So now we come to another major arcana. So we have change energy, but this has some change energy to it too. This has some, reevaluate energy. The 9, the Hermit, reevaluate, meditate, kind of feel, and these two do belong together a lot. This is letting go. Something has to be let go. And we are in that new moon, new season, winter solstice, summer solstice. We are in a major change energy field with these dates. So the 5, change, change, change. This is the Hierophant. I'm not a fan of the Hierophant. This has a lovely message. The Hierophant has too many rules and regulations that are of man and not necessarily of God, Source, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to say. But this talks about embrace those around you. This is a time of great spiritual growth. So we go back to the spiritual teacher. Growth for you, making it even more important to surround yourself with those who love you and share your beliefs. Be willing to accept help from others. You could find comfort in traditional solutions, or your heart may long to try out new ideas. So what does this all mean to you, my Geminis? This is a new path. There is a sense of stability. There is a sense of give and take here. Are you giving too much? Are you taking too much? There is the sense of meditating. You have to let go. And then, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here. So let's go on to our inspirational wisdom from the angels and fairies. You can let me know. So again, the numbers that are really coming to me are up here. The 10, 7, 4. We did have another. We had a 4 here. We had a 13 added together. 4, 4, 4. Interesting stuff. Okay, let's see what we've got going here. You explain it to me. Like I said, I've come to that conclusion a long time ago. I don't have to necessarily understand. I just have to give the message. Here we go. Okay, what else do we have for our Geminis here? What do we have for our Geminis? What do we have for our Geminis? Okay. Here we are. Reversed, my little rosebud. And I think Aquarius might have gotten this one. Somebody just got this one. Might have been Aquarius. Do not allow other people's thinking to influence your own decisions. Realize that you have the power to do many things. So you're in charge of your life. Your choices are your choices. Okay. Let's go here. Crystal or energy. That would be helpful for my Geminis also. Let's see what we've got going here. Crystal or energy. What do we have here? Crystal or energy for my Geminis, please. This one is reversed. Turquoise. I've got my turquoise in my little moon necklace here. It's all about leadership qualities. Remember, 4 has stability and leadership energies to it. Clear communication, prosperity, and success. Okay, now let's go on to my oracle cards. So we're just doing these for fun. These are kind of yes and no's. These are kind of what's going on in your life. The pinky one, the pink purple, is more like angel energies. The orange has a little more clarification. The blue is also kind of yes no answers. So the mustard color. So the mustard and the blue have a little more definition to it than the pinky purple file. So let's see what we've got here. So ask your question. Ask your question. But if your question is something like, should I quit my job tomorrow? Again, this is for fun, this one, and do not quit your job. Do not quit your job unless you have another job, okay? Or another source of income. Make sure that the money's in the bank. Okay, what do we have? This is more for fun for us. What do we have for our Geminis? I'm not sure I'll do this again, but I just thought this would be fun because I like these cards. I've used these cards and they did not give me the answer I wanted. Maybe the answer I needed, but not what I wanted. This one's reversed. Ooh, okay. A year from now. Does that make sense to you, my Geminis? We will see what we will see. Anyway, my Geminis, like I said, that was for fun. Just keep at it. Please do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. As always, my Geminis, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.